What's up, everyone, and welcome to episode number 13 of Evergreen. I hope everybody watching has been able to enjoy some, if not all, of the usual comforts of this holiday season. This week on Evergreen, I'm going to start off talking about how to align your workday and your body's natural rhythm, otherwise known as your chronotype. Also on the slate this week is the Salesforce acquisition of Slack, Facebook's oversight board, and a recent facelift for Microsoft Teams. So, without further ado, let's dive in. Everyone on the planet is familiar with the dreaded afternoon dip in energy. It's 2:30, you've got another 3 hours to go in your workday, but all you want to do is close the blinds and collapse onto the couch. Well, according to author Daniel Pink in his 2018 book titled When, this trough, as he calls it, is a common experience amongst most human beings. You see, all of us go through what Pink refers to as a peak, a trough, and a rebound on any given day. We build to an emotional high point around midday, fall off sharply in the afternoon, and then slowly rise again beginning in the early evening. Now, while the time of each phase varies based on your age and based on your biology, everyone follows some version of that natural rhythm. Now, you may be asking how this applies to recruiting. You should be spending your peak times in terms of both mood and cognitive function doing the most high-value activities. For example, my natural peak happens at about 11:30 in the morning, with the upswing starting around 9 a.m. I would wager I'm pretty close to the norm for my age. I'm 28. And if I started recruiting again tomorrow, you can guarantee that I would be on the phone talking with consultants as much as possible during that window. I would avoid my email like the plague and not worry about anything administrative unless it was absolutely essential. Now, there's a lot more to be said about how people's internal clocks vary, so I'll include a link below that'll help you ID your specific chronotype and what that means for your peak points of productivity. The key is building a schedule that works for your body's clock, which will optimize your outputs and increase your job satisfaction. In tech news this week, according to The Verge, cloud computing giant Salesforce has acquired workplace chat app Slack. The two companies announced the deal this Tuesday, which marks one of the most consequential acquisitions of its type in recent years, and Salesforce's biggest purchase ever with a price tag of almost $30 billion. Both Salesforce and Slack have only become more vital during the pandemic, as companies worldwide have shifted to remote work and moved substantial portions of their businesses online. Now, while Slack has seen a roller coaster of climbs and steep drops in its stock price, Salesforce has only seen its market valuation expand in recent months, with shares reaching an all-time high in September. Salesforce and Slack joining together ensures that both platforms can better compete against Microsoft, Oracle, and other cloud and enterprise companies in the future. To highlight another major player in the virtual working world, Microsoft Teams rolled out a number of updates, also on Tuesday. Interesting timing, announcing updates on what should have been Slack's day in the sun. To get specific, Teams is introducing a new calling interface that's going to show contacts, voicemail, and calling history in a single location. It's designed to allow the platform to more easily replace your desk phone. And it's also going to have spam call protection, reverse number lookup, and the ability to merge calls. Teams users will also be able to transfer calls between mobile and desktop soon, allowing people to quickly move locations in the middle of an audio or a video call. Finally, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg announced this week that the company's oversight board, which is an independent body that reviews content moderation decisions, has accepted its first 6 cases. The 6 appeals involve content removed for violations of things like Facebook's hate speech rules and misinformation policies. The user appeals are now open for 7 days of public comment, after which the board will determine whether the posts should have been removed in the first place. Zuckerberg has compared the oversight board to a Supreme Court for Facebook. It's supposed to offer a fair appeals process for users who get their content removed, something that often feels missing on social networks, especially as they take stricter steps to remove false information or offensive speech. My reading recommendation this week directly influenced the recruiting tip from a few minutes ago. Released in 2018, Daniel Pink's When is an in-depth look at the scientific secrets of perfect timing. Pink tackles things like the afternoon energy dip, the best time of day to exercise, and my personal favorite, how to take a perfect nap. Even if you aren't interested in reading the full book, I would recommend you at least find a YouTube summary or some online summary because it's really interesting and offers tons of practical advice that may just change the way you structure your days. And that's it for this week's episode. Have a great week, everyone.